Okay, now we are on level 3 on find a missing coordinate using slope. This is RFP on 8th grade IXL. This is Mr. Kane. Let's get started. So we have, in the level 3 questions, we go from 50 smart score, 50 smart score to 75, from between 50 and 75. Okay, so from 50 to 75. So here's our problem. It says a line that includes the points g, comma 2 and 5, comma 1, and has a slope of negative 1, 6. What's the value of g? So just like before, let's do the same process. Y equals mx plus b. Let's take the things that we know with the coordinate that we're given and plug it in here. So we know that y is 1, slope is negative 1, 6, times 5 for x, and we are trying to solve for b. So what is b? So let's multiply. Remember, this is 5 over 1. We can multiply across and get negative 5 over 6. Negative 5 over 6 plus b. And on the left-hand side, we have 1. So we need to solve for b by getting rid of negative 5, 6. So how do we get rid of it? We do the opposite operation, which is going to be minus 5, 6 is positive 5, 6 on this side, and positive 5, 6 on this side. So this will be 5, 6 on this side. So this cancels out, and b is going to be equal to 1 plus 5, 6. So let's do this off to the side here. So 1 over 1 plus 5 sixths, and we need a 6 as a denominator. So remember, 1 times 6 is 6, so 1 times 6 is 6. So it's really 6 sixths, right? And let's add them now. Add the numerators. So 6 plus 5 is 11 sixths. So b is equal to 11 sixths. So it seems like at this level, what gets a little bit more tricky is that the fractions get a little more wonky. You get wonky fractions. So b is 11 sixths. And now we need to use our equation of line, right? Y equals mx plus b. We need to use this point. Do we know our y? Yes, y is equal to 2, so we can plug that in. Do we know our slope? Yes, it's negative 1 6. Do we know our x? No, it's going to be g. Do we know our b? Yes, it's going to be 11 sixths. Okay, now we need to solve using algebra. Let's do the opposite operation. Let's do minus 11 sixths. We'll do minus 11 6 on this side. This will cancel. We're going to do it over here. Let's do 2 over 1 minus 11 6. So remember, to add or subtract, you need to have the same denominator. Common denominator is 6. So 1 times 6 is 6. So 2 times 6 is 12. So this is the same thing as 12 sixths. So now, since Since we have common denominators, now we can subtract. But we subtract the numerators. 12 minus 11 is just going to be 1 sixth. Okay? So, let me clean this up a little bit. So, this is what you'll be left with. So, 2 minus 11 sixths gives you positive 1 sixth equals negative 1 sixth g. So, now to get rid of this negative 1 sixth, since it's being multiplied by g, you need to divide it. Divide by negative 1 sixth. Okay, so here I am up here. I just moved it to the top. So we divide it by negative 1 sixth. So I need to divide this side by negative 1 sixth. So this will cancel out when we do it on the right-hand side. So it'll give us our g. Now what we need to do is 1 sixth divided by negative 1 sixth. How do we do that? We do keep change, and flip. We keep the first thing the same. We change division to multiply, and then we flip this around. So instead of negative 1 6, it becomes negative 6 over 1. So let's go ahead and do that. Negative 6 over 1 right there. 6 over 1. Now, if we multiply across, we're going to get 1 times negative 6 is negative 6 divided by 6 times 1 is 6, and negative 6 divided by 6 is negative 1. So all that for g equals negative 1. Let's put it on in here and see how we did. G equals negative 1.